Welcome to the France 24 Observers, the show that's based on our network of ordinary people who are our eyes and ears around the world. We begin today with a video from Sri Lanka. It shows new recruits to the army being beaten and humiliated during basic training. It was posted on an opposition website and it got an unusually quick response from the Sri Lankan government. That might be because the recruits were women.
The video shows how male soldiers torture female soldiers. When the female soldiers do exercise, the male soldiers hit them using rods and saying some filthy things. In the army, both male and female soldiers be victimized with torture. The higher-ups will torture lower-ranking officers, and in the army training, when the new ones recruited, the training period, torture happens. We have several videos. This was the first time the government admitted that this is authentic. They didn't refuse it. At the moment, the situation is Sri Lanka is very critical because of the UN Human Rights Council's resolution, and because of that pressure, they want to show something for the international committee. I think because of that, they accept that this video is true one. It's a kind of a concession. The government will definitely make an inquiry, but the problem is the result of the inquiry. They will give a report, and that is the only thing. Because of the past experiences, they established various presidential commissions, and the reports are issued, but nothing happened. The same thing will happen to this video also.
We go now to one of the world's biggest refugee camps, Zaatari in Jordan. It is home to more than 100,000 Syrians who fled the civil war in their own country. More than half of them are children, and they don't have much to do. So a theatre director came up with an idea: Shakespeare.
We went to the Zaatari camp to do a project with children. Many of them had no supervision since they were 3 years old. There are only 3 schools in Zaatari for 60,000 children. There are 200 students in each class. Most of the kids have nothing to fill their time. Thanks to our idea of putting on a play, they had something that for once they could be proud of, something they had done themselves. We put up a tent right in the middle of the camp. We called it the Shakespeare tent. It was open to all comers. The parts went to the kids who knew how to read. In less than 20 days, they knew exactly what was expected of them. They came a long way. Our aim with the project is to give children some relief from the dirty war that's being waged by the grown-ups around them. These kids found themselves in the middle of a war without ever asking for it. We're trying to give them a little bit of their childhood back.
Now for our weekly roundup of other stories and images sent in by our observers. First stop, Saudi Arabia, and some remarkable videos in which 3 Saudi citizens dare to address their king directly. They complain about their lack of opportunity and ask the king if perhaps it's time to share some of the kingdom's oil wealth. In all 3 messages, the speakers gave their names and showed their ID cards to show they weren't scared. All 3 have been arrested. It remains to be seen whether others will follow their example. Now to Algeria, and another message addressed to an elderly ruler. This time, Abdelaziz Bouteflika, the country's 77-year-old president. The authors have taken a Belgian pop song, Papa Oute, and rewritten it as Boutefouté.
Un sacré Boutef, dis-moi où es-tu caché, ça doit faire au moins 4 fois que tu brigues un mandat. Et Bouté, Boutefouté, Bouté, Boutefouté.
The song is about a father who's never there. Bouteflika is currently standing for re-election to a 4th 5-year term, but he's been in poor health and is hardly ever seen in public. Next, bicycles can change lives. That is from our observer Chris Ategeka, who grew up an orphan in Uganda. When someone gave him a bicycle, he was able to get to school, which eventually took him to the University of California, where he studied mechanical engineering. Now he's back in Uganda, teaching communities how to build bicycles out of scrap metal, including specially adapted bikes for transporting goods and even people to hospital. Finally today, more inventions. This time, a robot traffic cop in Lubumbashi in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The robot uses its arms to guide vehicles and pedestrians and takes pictures of anyone breaking the law. It was built by an NGO that aims to boost opportunities for female engineers in the RDC. That's it for this week. You can find more reports from our observers on our website, on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and on our apps for mobiles. See you next time.